What happened between the time of Messiah's crucifixion and our modern current day history? Let's begin. Understanding what happens next with Israel, it's important to understand there was another split. There were those that followed Yahusha and started his church, being a part of his assembly, and there was those that rejected the Messiah, had him killed, and tried to resume life in Judah and Jerusalem all the same way that they had. Now, I will not be referencing the Jews that accepted Messiah and started his church. I do go over that, and the problem with that history is that it takes us in another direction because there were, like I keep saying, hijackers that infiltrated and took control and steered the faith. As I've explained many times, what happened from that time to now is that Gentiles and foreigners hijacked the gospel and brought it to the world in a way that leaves out understanding from the nation who the belief had come through. And ever since the Romans came into the picture and declared that they were now the keepers of this covenant, what happened is that history has made it that the major empires of the world who have said that Christianity is now their main religion, they then took it upon themselves to show us what is important about the faith and what is not. And this has led to a complete disconnection from the truth, which we, the true assembly of Yahusha, are now reviving. The Romans, through the Roman Catholic Church, became the authority of the faith in the world, and the true believers were suppressed. And with the Roman Catholic Church having a massive amount of falsehoods, history then took off in a great scheme of deception and the pushing of false doctrines, all in the name of Jesus. This Messiah that was preached has nothing to do with the true Messiah of the Hebrews. And then we look at history since the Roman Catholic Church, and we see more deception and hijacking of the faith, from the Knights Templar, who claimed to be knights for Messiah, but actually satanic devil worshippers, where Freemasonry stems from, then through the period of the Renaissance, which was a period of mass deception in the world that literally changed history, and they whitewashed it, and they got rid of any true historic fact, and then they repainted and rebranded our faith, which is where we get Caesar Borgia to be Jesus. And this was the dominant image and reflection of the faith for centuries up to this day. Grandmasters of the Priory of Sion, like Leonardo da Vinci painting the Sistine Chapel and the image of what they want us to see God as. But that is not Yahuwah and has nothing to do with the Hebrews. This is just a spreading of falsehoods. And then we have the Holy Roman Empire conquering the world in the name of Jesus, making all nations submit to the church, bringing many nations into the belief of a tainted Messiah that has nothing to do with the true Messiah of the Hebrews. Then, as we continue through history, the Church of England gained dominance, and using their doctrine of ineffable name and replacing Yah's name with titles, knowledge of Yahuwah and his great name was severely suppressed. And while they reduced the world from knowing our Creator, they also at the same time financed the oppression of Yah's true chosen people, wiping their history from the world and replacing them with another. And lastly, now we get to the American church, who claimed to be a Christian nation from the beginning, though they severely oppressed Yah's chosen people, and in the formation of the country, they were completely led by Freemasons. And that's just a brief summary of the history of the world.